If you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, maybe you're stuck in a cycle of negative thoughts or unhealthy habits, or maybe you're finding yourself striving for perfection all the time, seeking validation from others, but you always feel like you're falling short, then this episode is for you. I've got 5 tips that are going to help you make better choices for your health and happiness instantly. So if you're ready to find the secret to making it easier to stick to those healthy habits you crave, stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this episode. Welcome to Rad Mom Revival, the podcast for busy Christian moms who want to ditch the diet drama, boost their energy, and reclaim their Rad Mom status. I'm your host, Susan Gladstein, aka the Metabolism Maven, and as a mom of 6, I totally get it. The never-ending to-do list, the exhaustion, and that nagging mom guilt anytime you try to take care of yourself. Been there. There is a better way, and I'm here with some mom hacks that are going to rock your world. Together, we'll dive into balancing the chaos, losing weight without losing your mind, and carving out time for yourself and epic adventures. My mission is to help you live and model a healthy lifestyle that your kids and grandkids will thank you for. If you're ready to have so much energy that your kids say, "Mom, you need to chill," then you've found your tribe. So grab your headphones and that never-ending pile of laundry, and let's get started. It's time for a Rad Mom Revival. Ever feel like you're running on empty, barely keeping up with the kids, work, and all of the chaos of life? I get it. I've been there too. But what if you could actually have the energy to power through your day and feel less stressed in just 2 weeks? Sound like something you need? Then you should totally join our 14-day Energy Boost Challenge. You get real-life mom hacks to help you say goodbye to exhaustion and hello to feeling more like yourself again. Join us at radmomrevival.com because your kids get the best when you're at your best. It's a typical weekday morning. The alarm goes off, but you've hit snooze 3 times already. You finally drag yourself out of bed, feeling like you've been hit by a truck. The kids are running around, half dressed, and you're trying to figure out how to get everyone out the door without losing your mind. Breakfast is this chaotic blur of cereal spills and missing shoes. And by the time you drop the kids off at school, you're already exhausted, and the day has just begun. As you drive away, you catch a glimpse of yourself in the rearview mirror and sigh. You see the tired eyes, the messy hair, the same old feelings of self-doubt and insecurity bubble up. You wonder what others think of you. Do they see the mess you feel inside? Are they judging you for not having it all together? You feel the weight of trying to be perfect, always striving, but never quite getting there. It's exhausting, isn't it? I've been there more times than I can count. And for many years, well, most of my life actually, I struggled with confidence and loving myself. Often found myself caught in the trap of seeking validation from others, constantly worrying about what they thought of me. I placed my worth in their opinions rather than in what God says about me. It was exhausting and frankly, soul-crushing. In my previous marriage, I was constantly told I wasn't a good mom, that I wasn't smart or funny, and that I looked ridiculous when I danced. And P.S., I love to dance. I've danced my whole life, and I gave it up because of what someone else thought of me. I've looked in the mirror a million times and hated what I saw. I spent years being told that my pants were too tight or that my nose was too big. And I can remember feeling like I was just watching my life happen, was just emotionally unattached, was numb. I struggled making friends with other women because, honestly, I didn't love myself. I lacked confidence. And I'm not sure what day it was when I finally hit my breaking point. Probably on one of the many days I yelled at my kids or felt super stressed because why are they so slow at getting dressed for school? But enough was enough. In December 2015, I was living 100 miles from my current husband, juggling my full-time job, my kids, and seriously struggling with all that life was throwing at me. I needed something more. I desperately needed energy and confidence. I needed to prioritize my health and let go of all of the excuses and all of the negativity that had haunted me for years. That's when I found a coach and a mentor who really helped me ditch the perfectionist attitude and instead see the power of choice, especially in the small ones that I had deemed as insignificant. She taught me that every little decision I made was a step towards a better life, and I began to understand that it really wasn't about making these huge, sweeping changes overnight, but about consistently just choosing better, even if it was in the tiniest ways. I started to see how these choices or these investments in my health and happiness kind of just built upon one another. It gave me more energy to take care of what's important, and it helped me avoid those situations that were sabotaging my decision making. I mean, think about it. The power of choice. You ever notice how choices have the potential to lift you up, energize you, make you feel great, and how some choices just don't seem to deliver lasting results? For example, imagine you're at a birthday party. There's this table filled with sugary treats, and you're eyeing that big slice of chocolate cake. You know it's not the best choice for your health, but everybody else is having some, and you don't want to feel left out. So let's flip this scenario, and instead of grabbing the cake, you choose to have a handful of fresh berries and a small piece of dark chocolate. It's a small choice, but it's a positive one. You enjoy the natural sweetness of the berries and the rich flavor of the chocolate, but you don't have that sugar crash later. You actually feel proud of yourself for making a healthier choice, and then that positive feeling spills over to the rest of your day. You're more energized, you feel good about your decision, and then it becomes easier to make another healthy choice at the next meal. Think of it this way. Each positive choice that you make is a little investment in your health and happiness. When you choose the power of choice, you can actually change the way you feel in order to influence the next decision that you make. Choices have this way of building on one another, giving you more energy to take care of what's important, and really helping you to avoid those choice traps, the situations where that can really sabotage your decision making. And thankfully, this isn't about making perfect choices all the time. It's about connecting with your body and making loving and caring decisions that will eventually take over your life in the form of enjoyable habits. In the Bible, we're reminded about how focusing our minds on positive and uplifting thoughts help us make choices that lead to a happier, more fulfilling life. Philippians 4:8 says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." It's kind of like that when you go to buy a new car and suddenly you realize every other person on the road has a gray 4Runner as well. Whatever you focus on is what you'll see. For years, I said I would never be someone who wakes up early to work out. I swear I'd never be an early riser. What's crazy is I finally got to the point where I had to change, and I just told myself I'm a morning person. And as simple as that sounds, I became one. When it comes to decision making leading to habits, the easier the choice, the better. Your brain is actually pretty lazy, and it prefers to conserve its thinking energy. So you have to find ways to work with your brain to make the choices that you really want. Most of the time, you know when you're not being kind to your body because you feel it. Quiet down and listen. You may actually hear your inner caregiver. She's probably saying something like, "Hey, it feels pretty crappy when you stay up late binge watching This Is Us. But old habits die hard, And you may need some reinforcement to better understand how powerful the simplest of choices can be. And one way you can do this is to ask, is this helping to create a better life for myself? You don't need a perfect plan to start asking questions and start raising your awareness about all the opportunities you have to choose healthier choices. The changes happen when you start making different choices, and in some cases, it's really that simple. Fun fact, you have so much more control over your happiness than you think. And the things you think will make you happier probably won't. Research shows that about 40% of happiness can be cultivated by daily choices. More money, more time, weight loss, youthful looks, and even parenthood or overcoming a major illness have been shown to have little to no long-term effect on your happiness. Crazy, right? You probably thought, if you just lose that 20 pounds, you'll be happy. You know what? I have so many clients that have hit their goal weight in the past and then didn't know what to do with themselves after that, so they ended up gaining it all back and starting over. That isn't fun, and it certainly doesn't lead to a happy life. Truth is, adopting a healthier lifestyle is quicker, easier, and more effective if you're happy. Here's why. Happy people tend to value kindness, gratitude, compassion, spirituality, and optimism. This mindset applies to both their relationships with other people and to themselves, which increases the likelihood that they'll make new habits stick. Happy people have more positive emotions. They notice the good stuff when it's happening and they savor it. Happy people set meaningful goals by allowing their values to guide their ideas and decisions that they feel deeply committed to. Happy people are more resilient. They can bounce back from adversity when it comes up and are less likely to sabotage their goals when they're emotionally distressed. Happy people also celebrate improvement, and they don't expect perfection. The satisfaction they feel allows them to enjoy the journey as they get even closer to their goals. Okay, I know, this is great and everything, but how do you become happier? Positive psychology researcher Dr. Barbara Fredrickson uses the term called upward spiral as a metaphor for growing happiness based on evidence that well-being is optimized by gradually building positive emotions one by one on top of each other. This is similar to the way negative experiences seem to create a downward emotional spiral. For example, if you've spent the entire week planning a fun Saturday outing with your family, you're excited, you're looking forward to some quality time together, but on Saturday morning, it starts pouring rain and all of your outdoor plans are ruined. You feel disappointed and frustrated, and that disappointment makes you see everything through a negative lens. Breakfast feels rushed and chaotic, the kids are grumpy, and the whole day seems to be falling apart. This negative spiral makes you feel even worse, and it becomes hard to see any positives in the day. Now let's look at it differently. Suppose you acknowledge your disappointment, but decide to shift your focus. You suggest an indoor activity like baking cookies together or having a family movie marathon. This small, positive choice changes the atmosphere. The kids get excited about baking, you all share laughs and enjoy the warm cookies, and the day turns into this cozy, fun-filled family time. This positive spiral lifts everyone's mood and creates this sense of connection and joy, turning what could have been a disappointing day into a memorable one. I wholeheartedly believe that you can grow your health and happiness immensely by layering positive choices on one another. The upward spiral that you create pulls energy into your life, and your positive thoughts, feelings, and choices fuel one another and keep this powerful energy just spiraling up. Galatians 6:9 encourages us, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." With a spiraling up mindset, food, exercise, sleep, downtime, and other decisions are energy giving, not expending. You transfer this accrued energy to the people and the things that you care deeply about and enhance your life in the process, becoming the woman God created you to be. The beautiful thing is that you don't need a lot of time or energy to keep these upward spirals going. You can make a decision or just have a thought that grows and changes your trajectory of a downward spiral in an instant. This is where you can ask yourself, what's the next best choice? Or what's one small thing I can do right now to be kind to my body? Then do it. So here are 5 simple ways to instantly start your day on a positive note. Number 1, take a few deep breaths. When you first wake up, take a moment to breathe deeply. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. This helps reduce stress and sets this calm, focused tone for the day. Number 2, practice gratitude. While you're getting ready or making breakfast, think of 3 things you're grateful for. It can be as simple as the cozy bed that you slept in or your child's smile. This shifts your mindset from what's lacking to what's abundant, and it fills your heart with joy. Number 3, enjoy some quiet time. Spend 10 minutes in stillness. You could snuggle with your spouse, enjoy a cup of coffee in peace, or just simply sit quietly. This helps you center yourself and strengthens your ability to handle whatever the day throws at you. Number 4, get morning sunshine. Step outside for 10 or 15 minutes, even if it's just on your front porch. Let the natural light lift your mood and help regulate your body's internal clock. Sunshine in the morning can make a big difference in how you feel all day long. Find inspiration. Start your day with something uplifting. Read a Bible verse, meditate, or listen to a motivating podcast, like this one. Positive thinking will transform your outlook and actually energize you for the day ahead. Sometimes it doesn't feel like our day-to-day decisions make a big difference when it comes to our long-term goals. But if you want to transform the way you think about your health, then every single one of these moments represent the beginning of change and the opportunity for awesomeness. The littlest decisions should be the easiest to make. Does this bring me joy? How can I take better care of myself in this moment? If you get stuck, ask yourself, what's the least I can do? And then do it. Put 1 carrot on the plate. Take a 2-minute walk or 3 deep breaths when you're stuck in traffic. What do you do when you know that there are choices that you should make, but you just don't feel like it? There are a couple of tricks I use. Consider how you'll feel after you do it versus how you'll feel after if you don't. Another one is to talk yourself into just doing the first 5 minutes, and then if it's really all that bad, you can quit. I use this one for workouts a lot. Most of the time, the hardest part is just getting started, and then you get motivated to finish. But then there are times when I just give myself permission to move on, and then I don't beat myself up over it because I know I gave it a real effort. I know we've all heard about putting the mask on ourselves before helping others, but honestly, how can you possibly be the best version of yourself without consistently, repeatedly, and unapologetically putting you first? All right, that was a lot for today. I'd love if you'd spend some time journaling or thinking about your thoughts and feelings on how the power of choice can help you to have a more joyful, confident, and healthy life. Until next time, remember, your family gets the best when you're at your best. Hey there, thanks for tuning in to Rad Mom Revival. I hope you're feeling inspired and ready to reclaim your Rad Mom status. If you enjoyed the show, do me a favor, subscribe and leave me a review and share it with your mom friends who desperately need some me time. I'd totally be honored if their me time was spent hiding in the bathroom listening to this podcast. I'd also love to get connected if we aren't already. Find me on social media and join our awesome tribe at radmomrevival.com. Until next time, keep embracing the chaos, finding joy in the little things, and living your best Rad Mom life.
Thanks for listening.